Well, Amy, when a convicted felon serves time for committing the crime, it's called paying a debt to society. But in the eyes of many people who frown upon convicted felons, that debt is never paid.
I want to talk about felonies attached to your name. Do you have a felony attached to your name? Because I have one. I have some references I want to read from, little short notes, just to give you an idea where this video is going, so bear with me. What do you do when you have a felony attached to your name? Great question. What do you do when you have paid your debt back to society for the crimes that you committed, and you still aren't allowed to re-enter society with some help, success, an opportunity to improve, an opportunity to show that you've changed? What is a person with a felony to do to gain employment? Should they lie on the application? Because when you lie on the application, you stand a chance of being hired. But at the same time, when the background check is actually completed, you stand a high percentage of being walked off the job, terminated because you lied on your application. How does a person with a felony overcome homelessness when there's no income to pay the rent? How will a person with a felony support their children, let alone support themselves? A person with a felony attached to their name, especially if you have violence connected to it, you may not stand a chance to receive a pardon. Oh yeah, you don't know. The governor created what is called a pardon for felonies and misdemeanors mainly, but when violence is connected to it, you stand in the position I stand in. I have violence connected to my felony, and I've been in the process of change for a long time. So I'm not qualified. But I'm asking because I keep running across many people, men and women, who are actually being released from jails and penitentiaries, and they have felonies, and not all of them have reckless endangerment with children or violence, and they are still, not able to re-enter society with assistance to be able to stand and be good members of society, or being having an opportunity to restart life better than the way they used to. And there's many dynamics that we can go into, which would be another video on how a dysfunctional person or a person that's broken will actually create a self that looks like they're just not good for society. You can judge only in the manner of this. Without experience, you will truly never understand. Those of us with experience, we speak, as I'm doing now, to tell you that there is the truth of change. There is the possibility of a person who weren't a good person in society that can re-enter society and change. I've been doing it for 28 years. I still carry the prejudices and the biases and the stigma that is placed upon me. As soon as someone finds out that I have a violent charge connected to my name, and we talking about 28 years ago, but to this day, it still stands and I get placed in a box. But I wanted to give this information because I want someone to find encouragement not to give up if you are an individual with a felony.
Convicted felons also face an uphill battle trying to find a place to live. Rental property manager Beverly Walden says when certain felonies that involve violence, theft, or burglary are discovered during a criminal background check, it raises a major red flag.
At any level, be honest on your application. I know that there are many churches that do extend the helping hand versus all the organizations, if there's any in your cities, that will actually support you. If we could get a mentor program established here in this city where I reside in Altoona, it would probably be well, because Altoona is recognized as a city with a lot of, or a high percentage of recovery. And like, why not put something in place to help people that I'm speaking about now? Felonies attached to your name can be defeating. You have supervisory or supervisional fees from probation as well as parole. You have, stipulations on living conditions and so forth, halfway houses and three-quarter houses. So yeah, substance abuse is usually, in the details or involved with, your release of, freedom from incarceration. But what are you supposed to do when you keep running into roadblocks with nothing to lift you to actually give you a chance to be successful? Even accumulating a skill, or a career to restart your life, what are you supposed to do? If you go back to crime, you know what they're gonna say? I knew he ain't changed. I knew she was still the same way. I'm hoping that this video can reach some people in a manner, if you have the ability and the means to help people like myself. We're in need of this. I've been working for a long time, and I've been fortunate to be able to work in the human service field. But not everybody will get that break. Not everybody gets the break that some of us do have. I just want to give some wake-up calls for people to be able to start assisting. I'm not telling you to have self-pity. I'm asking you to have some real compassion. Compassion and empathy can go a long way. There are many people who have felonies attached to their name, and they're great people. I can't say that everyone is on the path of wanting to change, but can you not understand if you're shutting doors and I have 4 children and I need to feed them, and yet still every time I put in an application I'm being told no, how easy it is to go to the left to do something just to bring in some income so this way that can be taken care of? How about if I just don't want to go back to jail and I don't have an address, and this 3/4 house is telling me that I need to have the money? Yes, they gave me a chance without having money when I got there, but at the same time I still can't find employment. My hands are being tied. The fear that most people don't want to recognize will actually push me to making sure that I do what I can and I'm back into surviving. Now that sounds like an excuse for those of you who are hearing this, but I'm just giving you some actual facts that motivates people like myself to do things that are against the law, or that can put you back into the stereotypical or typical box of that you don't want anything out of life. And I'm not making excuses for anyone, but again, all the men and women I keep coming across, I'm trying to assist. I have limited resources. Everybody is not always just based on substance abuse. Some people really do have issues, not just on the mental health, but in the factor of, can you help me? Can you help me get reestablished? Can you assist me? Can you give me what many terms in the public world, or excuse me, politic world, a second chance?
It's all part of the political system that we have. Legislators all want to be tough on crime, and sometimes, with all due respect, they overkill. I have people come to me that 30 years ago they got a conviction, and somehow it's still haunting them.
Second chances are necessary for people who have made a mistake or mistakes and have actually been trying to do their best, especially after if you pay your debt. If you sat in anybody's jail or anybody's prison and you served your time and you are properly released and you are adhering to all the instructions and you're doing your best, but at the same time it still feel like the foot is on your neck, poverty is not an excuse, it's reality. Racism is real. And the only thing I want to say this, racism has moved and grown into a box where it's not just based on color. Because I want to say this again, not just black men and black women have felonies attached to their name. All colors have felonies attached to their name. At least the people that I've been recently coming in contact with, they're just good people. They're people. They make mistakes. Some people have repent. Some people have truly gotten to the amends process and the ability to start changing. But what do you do when you keep running into these dead ends of trying to be successful with just some basic things of living life on life terms in society and allowing yourself to be free and be joyful and changing, these dynamics that continues to cause you to be broken? It's hard. If you're listening to this video and you find that something that I said has lightened you up or encouraged you to reach out or create a program or give some information that you are aware to tell somebody who has a felony attached to their name so they can have a chance to do better, I would appreciate it. I really would. My name is John McNeil. This video is based on helping other people evolve. To evolve in this manner is, if you have a felony attached to your name, I plead with you not to give up. Selling drugs, using drugs, robbing people, murdering people, stealing, and all those other things that we are capable of doing, I hope that you don't continue to do. I'm never going to tell you not to eat. I'm just asking you to reach out for help. And if there's no help there, use this video. Maybe, like I said earlier, contact me. If there's resources I have, I will connect you to them. But please know that I'm a proven success story in a manner of having a felony attached to my name. And I said it earlier. This felony attached to my name comes with violence. I've been in the men's process for 28 years. Even when I fill out an application or do a background check, it will show. But I know what's in my walk, I know what's in my heart, and I know my character is being revised and my personality is surely healing. I just can't afford to let those who don't agree with my 29 years ago situation to continue to steal my future. Stay in hope. Never give up. A felony attached to your name doesn't mean that it's the end for you. Thank you for listening.